25 to 27% of Americans or so actually support this unlawful war against Iran. And right now, the top Google searches in the United States are war authorization, Donald Trump's approval. Did Donald Trump get approval of Congress? In addition, by the way, to Epstein. And so now Donald Trump has sent out his MAGA sycophants and stooges to tell the American people that we are not at war. There is just strategic strikes, not war. Now, Donald Trump previously said we're at war. I mean, and when are not wars. Here, play this clip.
Members, there are multiple wounded. And again, it is not the intention of the U.S. government to invade. That is not what is happening. These are isolated, strategic, large-scale attacks. But again, there are negotiations that will take place, or at least open communication with the White House as soon as the president decides that he is willing or ready to talk. And that has developed in the last couple of hours. So that update will come hopefully later on this evening.
I'm sorry, you say it's not the intention of the U.S. government to invade? Did we not just invade?
We are not invading. Are you seeing boots on the ground there? Because I'm not. And I've been told directly by the State Department and the White House that that's not the intention.
I mean, we just killed the leader of the country. That's not... Okay.
Targeted strategic military strikes and invasions are two totally different things, according to military terminology.
They're calling it a war. The president has called it a war.
And targeted airstrikes
strategic strikes. And according to the White House, and I just talked to them and talked to the Secretary of State, strategic strikes are not war.
Really? So if someone bombed America,
do you see boots on the ground?
War? Oh wait, that makes no sense. So you're saying it has to be boots on the ground?
According to your own definition,
so that's your standard.
The regime of Iran has killed thousands of Americans and murdered them. So by definition, they've already declared war on the United States.
I know. I've had Shiite missiles raining down on me too. I know how terrible the Iranian regime is. We are not debating that they are a truly terrible regime. What we're talking about is the standard for the commander-in-chief to commit our sons and daughters in the military to war, and going to war when it is in the national interest and making that case to America and going to Congress and getting approval for war. So you are saying this is a limited mission that is only bomb strikes, so there is no congressional authorization necessary. How is this different from when Joe Biden bombed the Houthi rebels in Yemen without congressional authorization, and you oppose that?
This war drags on for weeks or longer, for that matter, and U.S. casualties mount. Are you confident that the American public will consider this a noble mission and tolerate growing U.S. military losses?
Well, first of all, I'm going to push back. This isn't a war. We haven't declared war on Iran. We're not at war with the Iranian people.
We didn't start this war, but under President Trump, we are finishing it. It has become and drones to create a conventional shield for their nuclear blackmail ambitions. Let me say that again. A conventional shield for their blackmail ambitions. Our bases, our allies, all in their crosshairs. Iran had a conventional gun as they tried to lie their way to a nuclear bomb. It almost a so-called regime change war. But the regime sure did change. And the world.
Donald Trump has unleashed war in Iran with the aim of wiping out the regime nuclear program once and for all.
Trump's war with Iran may no longer be limited to the Middle East, with signs the fallout is reaching America's streets. In Austin, went on a deadly rampage, and investigators are probing a possible link to Iran. Reports say the suspected shooter wore a shirt with an Iranian flag design, raising motives. After U.S. embassies were attacked in Asia, Trump may now face Iran-related rage inside America itself. Calling 9/11 a failure of imagination, a former FBI official warns Trump not to underestimate new terror risks. Law enforcement authorities are investigating the Austin shooting as a potential act of terrorism, treating the incident as more than just another mass shooting in a crowded nightlife district. At least 2 people were killed and 14 others injured when the gunman opened fire on March 1st in Austin, Texas, turning a busy bar area into a scene of chaos and bloodshed. The suspected gunman has been identified as Ndiaga Diane, a naturalized U.S. citizen, whose background and possible motives are now under intense federal scrutiny.
Objective was the destruction. A short time ago, the U.S. military carried out massive precision strikes on the 3 key nuclear facilities in the Iranian regime, Fordow, Natanz, and Esfahan, of Iran's nuclear enrichment capacity and a stop to the nuclear threat posed by the world's #1 state sponsor of terror to the world, that the strikes were a spectacular military success. Iran's key nuclear enrichment facilities have been completely and totally obliterated.